Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday encounter and everyday life of an Aspie. As you are fully aware that pretty much I have been short and brief on some of my topics, but as I said to myself, I just try not to give myself away too much on these videos so that hopefully it will become more in depth into my videos. I mean, shall we say my books and, of the chapters that's coming up sort of thing. I am going to be talking about today pretty much, however, that has come to my attention pretty much based on us Aspies being misunderstood pretty much for a long time. Pretty much the important reasons to why us females, especially as being an Aspie, getting misunderstood so easily, sort of thing. So, without further ado, I better start my journal excerpt. I have in my life, as said before, as well as in my experiences, that no matter what I say or do, sometimes I will come forthright, right, rude, abrupt, or just a way of how I say it, sort of thing, will cause some sort of, disagreement or uncomfortability from some people around me, be it whoever it may be that has come into my circle. Sometimes, however, I am trying my hardest right now to actually stop, pause, taking that moment to actually rethink and regather my thoughts, to actually express how I feel or what I'm thinking at that given time or moment, depending on that situation. Yes, as I mentioned before, however, I may have a communication delay or how to word it, communication breakdown, as I said so many times before in my videos. Yet I believe that I am improving slowly, and surely, sort of thing, even though it may take some others around in my circle a long time to adjust to my difference of this. But however, this is up to us and how we go about it. Yes, us Aspies, however, girls and guys, maybe, we do get misunderstood quite easily and quickly. However, people that are with us may assume that we aren't capable of talking or even showing an emotions. Well, to me, however, I'm one of them that is trying my hardest, regardless of my infrastructure, of how I'm built up, sort of thing, in my DNA. Yes, sometimes many people may think that I'm just the kind of girl that pretty much may not show my emotions because I'm look normal to them. But then again, to me, I am a human being and I still have that feelings and emotions intact. Yet when we do try and express our feelings or emotions, however, I have noticed that we get told that we're either over the top, too dramatic, and the like, and also saying that pretty much also another one that we get labelled upon is attention seekers. Don't get me wrong, that sometimes what I've experienced in my life, that we aren't attention seekers, we are just normal everyday beings trying to be like you lot and trying to fit into your guys' shoes, and hopefully, as I said in my introductory, that you can fit into my shoes and walk my journey to hopefully gain a better understanding of me, regardless of, what my day's like. Hopefully that, it will shine out. I've noticed that most of us SBs pretty much do tend to struggle with our emotions. I said that, however, we do our best to our ability to actually show our emotions in the right formative way and how we feel, or even, as I said before, sometimes I have to take a thinking, moment of how I'm going to go about it, depending on what we are feeling at that moment of time, however. Now and again, us girls and women, depending on what age and stage of life when we've got this condition, however, sometimes we rudistically or pretty much melodically express our emotions to a point that, we get into that label or mentality from others around us that, we're hard to understand, we're too hard to cope with, or we're too hard to basically, hang with, or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, however, I find that it's kind of cruel in this day and age, but that's just the world around us, and I guess that, sometimes that's why most of us SBs tend to just close out and just, be by ourselves. I'm one of them, however, been trying to close out and thing. But then again, as I said to myself, it's time to shine and actually try and push myself aside and actually show what I've got, so to speak. For example, however, in what I've just mentioned, for you to gain a better understanding into what I'm saying here, is that we may express our feelings that I may look animated, normal, or the like, or melodramatic, shall we say, as most of us Aspies, however, tend to use mixed up body languages as we're trying to express our feelings and emotions towards you lot. Sometimes, however, it's like some of us, when we are upset, some of us may show it in a different way. Some of us might, start snorting or, breathing heavily, sort of thing. Our eyes, bulge imagine like a bull, That's how we might tend to come across, Sometimes the way we show our feelings and emotions can or might be scripted, however, or just plain outright from what we have been observing from others or from televisions or what we've read, or whatever the case may be, however. Sometimes some of the people around us may think that we're just playing or fooling you around, however, yet what's really happening, it's our generally gets frustrating for some of us. Yes, I will agree, to a point. Sometimes that can lead us to, some of us females, when we do get misunderstood, really, really emotional and get upset really quite easily, and that, again, the melodramatic, over the top, and, what's the called? Attention-seeking label mentality comes back into place for us, which gets a bit, to me, annoying, because at this moment of time, yes, I've been labelled so many labels, and as I said, hopefully in my next video over about removing the labels, how I came to, come about it. Okay, some of us, as I said before, may look like we're playing you guys for a fool, however, but in all reality, what's really happening is that we get generally frustrated like any one of us, and then basically, like I said, that sometimes for me, however, how I've looked at it is when I look normal, shall we say. Well, that's not the word I'm looking for, but bear with me. With me, however, I may look cool, calm, collected. That's the words I'm looking for. In some way in life. Yes, I have been through a lot in my life, sort of thing, regardless of every situation I've been through, that yes, I am still struggling with my emotions, to be honest with you a lot. But then again, however, what I'm trying to say here is that, many people misread me, to how I feel maybe. But then again, in all fairness, if I can have that time, give you guys my time and energy when I do socialise with you, however, basically, shall we say, to really express how I feel, or just to tell you how I feel, because then in all fairness, then hopefully how I look at it, it's all based on our communication and how we really feel at that given moment of time. Sometimes I feel judged by others, however, there are some judgmental people out there, as I said before in my introduction, judgmental, arrogant, and the like. But then again, I don't mean to feel sorry for them, but it's just the way it is, because obviously, as I've noticed, it's the lack of understanding, knowledge, and know-how and awareness based on this condition that I've got, sort of thing. And, sometimes I find that most days at that point where I try to keep to myself, that it doesn't feel right to some people. They think that, I'm just, how they look at it, I might address that I'm depressed. But as I said in one of my videos, when it comes to that, when I'm socialising and I'm down and out, usually, as I said, time and time again, then I need basically time out for myself if my levels of, social energy levels is going on the low. Okay, as I keep saying, that for some of us Aspie girls or women, depending on the age and stage of our, condition, we do to find that hard to express certain circumstances that were naturally, based on our emotions and feelings, regardless of how we get treated, regardless of what people may think, in all fairness, there's the right and wrong way how how we deal with it, and hopefully with the other people around us deal with it. Sometimes for some of us Aspies, however, some of the feelings that we want to show to others has been taught, learned, or based on our experiences that we have learned in the past, present, and present. Sometimes some of it has been programmed into our, brain. However, at a time that's basically in our lives that we have experienced based on those experiences. Most of the Aspies, however, do tend to, watch and observe others around us, how they interact with others, how they, think. So therefore, I've come to my point now that, when I'm in the circle, I'm just trying to naturally observe, and many people think, just because Kieran's quiet, is she going to be violent or something? That's how some people may come across to me when I'm that silent kind of girl. I don't talk much until, when I feel it's the right time, as I said many times, to speak. But then now I'm learning maybe today around me, I need to speak more. And then sometimes, however, we would say absorb that sort of stuff to a point in our mindset, and then in our mindset it will break down to little pieces, basically on how we go about it, how we address that issue, and hopefully it will come out the right way, so to speak. But then again, as I said before, some of the things that I say or do comes out the wrong way, and again, I don't mean to say it that way, but sometimes, yes, again, it's my struggles. That's why sometimes I find it easier for me when I'm not around people. I try to, write down my pen to paper feelings, because I feel that the pen and paper doesn't answer back to me, even if some people may want to have their last say about what it is, whatever it is, depending on that topic or conversation that we bring across. Example-wise, like, I have strong feelings and desires of certain, topics that I bring up, be it whatever it is, and then sometimes I feel that many people just tend to slap me in the face and just, think, oh, it's all in your head, you're imagining it, or whatever the case may be. But then, who are they to judge? Because at the end of the day, as I said to myself, I don't judge others. I try to give people chances to, say their piece, and then maybe give them my opinion, and it's up to them to accept it or reject it, However, time and time again, I have mentioned that when it comes down to us being misunderstood, and that all we need is acceptance, and obviously, hopefully, people that is empathetic and compassionate and be able to understand us, sort of thing. I know it's hard. Sometimes some people may think, oh, yeah, we've got this, but then it takes time also to get to know us Aspies, because some Aspies, as I said, regardless what age and stage in our lives of what we've got of this condition of Asperger's syndrome, or as I'm trying to condense it down, AS, that's pretty much that everyone's different in their typical world of AS, and that sometimes, as I said many times before, that there are other many diagnoses on top. Some may say that, that we are trying to gain attention, regardless of all this, but for me, I just feel that we should just get along with each other no matter what we've got, acceptance is the key here, in my day and age of what I've learned. And also, like in that song, by Guy Sebastian, why can't we all get along? For some reason that's playing on my mind at this moment of time, sort of thing. I feel that, yes, we need to connect in every level and degree of, the differences. It is important to me, because at the end of the day, we shouldn't hopefully judge people regardless of what it is, and if we do get along with each other, then the world will be a better and happy place, so to speak. As I said many times before, that, we're not trying to plan or calculate a real cold-hearted plan that we are gaining attention, however. But as for some people out there that are judgment or ignorant, however, that has come into my life and circle, that would also assume instantly that just because that I may not be, showing my feelings and emotions, that, I'm just a typical boring Karen or whatever it may be. But then again, like I said, if you get to know me as a person, you'll be surprised to who I am, and that, because it now is taking guts for me to actually come out of my shell right now, so to speak, because in all fairness of what I've been through, I am actually kind of blessed that I'm still alive and breathing here to this day. Yet this all feelings and emotions that I'm showing to you right now is true. It's coming from my heart, and also the thoughts and also my experiences that I'm sharing with you, pretty much, as I said, basically, is forever working in my brain. However, and of a certain memory that will hopefully, as I said, reflect on how to show my feelings and emotions. It may be like little film strips, we could say, as an example, that is condensed down after watching a particular movie, we could say. And then, every day for me is how to word this nicely. Every day is like a different day for me, filled with different emotions. But that at the end of the day, despite, as I said before, with my AS, it comes down to with depression. But when I get up in the mornings now, I do my decrees pretty much and trying to get myself motivated, doing what I want to do, which is hopefully bringing out to you guys my videos, blogs of my everyday life journey with AS, and also hopefully in the next one over of the channel, Beauty from Ashes, which hopefully will be more on it later on. Most of us are picking what emotions, however, is sorted out, to show and express while we are with others around us. Yes, it may look like it's played out to a degree or a certain level, as said before, but some people, again, may think it's over the top, overrated, or whatever the case may be. But then again, this does lead to misjudgment and misunderstandings from others, that it makes it difficult for us Aspies, pretty much having trouble conveying an emotion from you guys, basically, to a point that, from what we've seen or remembered based on a movie or when we have associated with you a lot, But then again, to me it is important, however, that for this intention, there is a motivation here of where we're coming from. Because this is, to me, it's sad, because obviously for us Aspies, regardless what it is, sometimes it can be pronounced at a younger age that we don't show our feelings and emotions to a later stage and age in our lives when we have this condition. Sometimes on the spectrum, however, it's hard sometimes when we need to externalize our emotions in some ways. But however, in learning all this, or experiencing all this, it doesn't matter. It's not a calculated plan, as I said, to seek or gain attention. Pretty much, as some of this act that we're showing towards you is real. We are the real deal, even if we look plain and Jane or animated or whatever the case may be of whatever feeling and emotion we're trying to project out to you, or it's not fake. As I said before, I'll address this again, pretty much the importance. We need to be understood, pretty much, having the time of day that others around us need to be empathetic, pretty much, understanding. I know that sometimes many people may think that we're testing your buttons, but at the end of the day, as I said, it's important that we all just get along, hopefully, and it will be a happy place. Well, this is ending up my video blog, which was a bit too long, but hey, that's just me. I thought to address this misunderstandings part 2 based on this chapter, basically, and hopefully in the next one over that I want to address, if I can regather my thoughts, pretty much the tips, maybe more tips on it, on how to actually connect with the Aspies so we don't get misunderstood, or just something from my experience in life, so to speak, in my next journal over. So this wraps it up, hopefully, for now though, and hopefully you guys have a great day, regardless what it is. Be real, be true, love yourselves, and see you.